hero's journey originated from a book by Joseph Campbell. We all know what it is, this evolution through overcoming obstacle, a way in which a human takes part in the constraints of a story, the constraints that we undertake for the entirety of our lives. And it had me wondering, what is a good life? Some people say a good life is void of external judgment, while others say that it is the legacy that you leave behind. But if you're miserable while glorified, I believe that we can all agree that your life was not lived. However, to be a void of human judgment could also lead to the void of morality, which could lead to situations of exploitations of humans. AKA, you might feel like a king, but you surely have not undergone what a good life is. I know a lot of people seek the words of wisdoms from philosophers, ancient texts, religious or not, but I see fiction as just as valuable as a gateway to show insight of what a good life could be. So in this series, I wanted to go through just a couple books that would illuminate what a good life could be. Now, the first book that I wanted to talk about is The Alchemist. I'm a little biased because this is my favorite book. So in this book, we follow the protagonist.
The boy's name was Santiago. Dusk was falling as the boy arrived with his herd at an abandoned church. The roof had fallen in long ago, and an enormous sycamore had grown on the spot where the sacristy had once stood.
Now we know Santiago as a shepherd, a meek one, someone stuck in the world that he made for himself, living, drifting, a person that was not guiding the sheep but drifting with them. They're so used to me that they know my schedule, he muttered, thinking about that for a moment. He realized that it could be the other way around, that he was who had become accustomed to their schedule. Now Santiago wanted to travel. That was his purpose after all. He told himself, even though he could read, which was a skill fit for a priest at that time, he wanted to go. Although it was not the father's dream for his son, he gave Santiago those gold coins that he had found to buy his sheep, and he became a shepherd. And you know what? He was really happy about it, actually. He got to travel the land and see a world that was way vaster than his home. Especially right now, Santiago is really excited because he's able to see a woman that he had thought about for a year since he had last visited this town. He saw it as true love. But he gets to this area and he goes to a gypsy, one that interprets a dream since he was having a recurring one. And this dream was a child playing with sheep. This child teleports him to the period of Egypt where he tells him that he could find a hidden treasure. Now this gypsy asks Santiago to give him 10% of the treasure in exchange for the interpretation of the dream, and he agrees. It's a dream in the language of the world, she said. I can interpret it, but the interpretation is very difficult. That's why I feel that I deserve a part of what you find. And this is my interpretation. You must go to the pyramid in Egypt. I've never heard of them, but if it was a child who showed them to you, they exist. They will find a treasure that will make you a rich man. Of course, Santiago is skeptical and he doesn't think much of it. But later he meets an old man who Santiago thinks of as a nuisance. The boy was getting irritated, he wasn't asking for help. It was the old man who had asked for a drink of wine after all, and started the conversation. But this old man revealed that he was the king of Salem. He showed his power by writing down information that Santiago himself only knew, and told him that I am here for you to realize your personal legend, one that you were about to give up on. He told him to come back tomorrow with 10% of your flocks of sheep, and I will guide you, and he will guide him to where the treasure lies. And after great deliberation, Santiago goes and sells his flock and kept 10% to give it to him. The king says it's in Egypt, near the pyramids, and the boy was startled. The old woman had said the same thing, but she hadn't charged him anything. In order to find the treasure, you'll have to follow the omens. God had prepared a path for everything to follow. You just have to read the omens that he left for you. And then he was off, Santiago. And before he did anything, the king told him a story. A boy asked the wise man for the secret of happiness. The man says, before I tell you, look around this home without dropping a single piece of oil from the spoon. The kid goes around and does what he's told. When he comes back to the wise man, he asks what he saw, which he replied nothing. I was too distracted looking at the oil. When he told to go look at the beautiful scenery again with the spoon of oil, he was focused on the wonders of the world, and he came back with no oil on the spoon. And an old man said, the secret to happiness is to experience the wonders of the world without dropping the oil from your spoon. Now, Santiago goes off on his journey. He gets to Africa. He's riding high, realizing that he's in this new world. And he's about to receive a treasure. And then he could tell everyone that he knows about this real treasure, maybe his love from back home. So he goes into this world that's foreign with. He goes into a land where customs are foreign, and meets a man who told him he could get to Egypt by tomorrow. That's awesome. He confided in him and gave him his money to buy camel. And he kept a close eye, but in just a moment of confusion, in looking at a beautiful sword, the man disappeared with his money. Now Santiago was really saddened and realized that this whole adventure, this whole personal legend crap, was not for him. He said, "When I had my sheep, I was happy, and I made those around me happy. People saw me coming and welcomed me." He thought, "But now I'm sad and alone. I'm going to become bitter and distrustful of people because one person betrayed me. I'm going to hate those who have found their personal treasures because I never found mine. And I'm going to hold on to what little I have because I'm too insignificant to conquer the world." But he thought about the old man and the omen and found himself more confident than before. He was not alone. He's doing the purpose that he had dreamt about before. He was traveling. He realized that he had to choose between thinking of himself as the poor adventurer of a thief and as an adventurer in quest of his treasure. After all, he says, "I'm an adventurer looking for treasure too." Santiago looks around and finds this crystal shop where they sell different crystal pieces. And it was a really beautiful shop. And Santiago went up and asked if he could clean the glass for some food. The merchant said, sure. After he was done, the merchant said, "Let's go get some food." As they ate, the merchant said that, "I would like for you to work in my shop. You're a good omen, as people came by as you worked." Santiago said that he was trying to get to Egypt, but the crystal shop owner scoffed at the request, that even if he were to make the best wages in commission, he would still have to borrow money still. And Santiago felt defeated, but accepted his offer. He said, "I need money to buy some sheep." And although this is just the first part of the book, Santiago took this leap of faith. And I want you guys to think about where you guys are, and if you guys are able to take this leap of faith. And you should follow your dreams and follow your omens as well. It's interesting because the loss that Santiago received is in itself an opportunity for him. And I know a lot of people don't have that opportunity, and a lot of people are fine being where they are, and that's fine too. But if you feel like you have something that you really want to do, and you have those omens that are telling you to do it, why not pursue it? Why not? Why can't it be you? Yeah, I mean, that's my 2 cents anyways. I for sure will go through the next parts of the book in the later weeks. I just wanted to make sure they were condensed and stuff. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you got something out of it, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep reading.